There's something magical about this time of year. The lights get softer, the world slows down, and even the cold outside feels like an invitation to gather somewhere warm. And if you're anything like me, your idea of somewhere warm probably involves a battle star, a wormhole, or a scrappy little gunship trying to keep the reactor from melting down. But there's a funny thing about the sci-fi universes we love. For all their alien worlds, impossible technologies, and galaxy-spanning adventures, most of them never stop to celebrate Christmas. The crews of Galactica, the SGC, or the Rocinante don't hang stockings, they don't exchange gifts, and they definitely don't get a holiday episode filled with cozy snowfalls or heartfelt reunions. So today, I want to do something a little different. Let's wrap ourselves in a warm blanket, grab a hot drink, and imagine what a Christmas special could look like in these universes. Why do they avoid the holiday altogether? What would it feel like if they didn't? And how do you bring Christmas vibes into worlds that rarely slow down long enough to breathe? If there's any sci-fi universe where a Christmas episode feels almost impossible, it's Battlestar Galactica. The series begins with the near extinction of humanity, and from that moment on, every ship in the fleet is running on fear, duty, and the hope that tomorrow will still exist. Holiday breaks aren't exactly on the schedule when Cylons might jump in at any moment. But the deeper reason goes beyond the show's darkness. The people of the 12 colonies don't share our traditions, not our religions, not our rituals, not our holidays. Their lives revolve around the Lords of Kobol, ancient myths, and a culture that developed light years away from Earth. To suddenly have Adama wish the crew a Merry Christmas would feel wrong, like someone slipped the wrong script into the CIC. Battlestar Galactica is full of the emotions we associate with the holidays. The longing for home, the fragile bonds between people who are all they have left. Episodes like Unfinished Business and Revelations carry more genuine warmth and pain than most holiday specials ever attempt. So while Galactica never decorated the hangar deck with lights or gathered the fleet for a festive ceasefire, the spirit of the holidays, grief, hope, forgiveness, and family still pulses through the series. If Battlestar Galactica feels too bleak for Christmas, Stargate almost feels too busy. The SGC is a place where the lights never dim, where teams rush in and out of the gate room at all hours, and where holidays are more of a reminder of what everyone is missing back home. Even when they are on Earth, SG teams are usually in the middle of saving it, not decorating it. And yet, Stargate exists in the one sci-fi universe where Christmas could have happened. The characters live in Colorado Springs. They have families, houses, friends, Earth-based traditions, but the show's tone remained grounded in military routine, like briefings, missions, emergencies, leaving little space for a holiday detour. Still, Stargate has always carried its own kind of warmth. Jack's quiet longing for a simpler life, Daniel's deep belief in understanding and compassion, Sam's steady presence that holds the team together, and Teal'c's journey from isolation to belonging. These are the kinds of emotional arcs that holiday stories thrive on. Even without a single Christmas tree, the show is filled with small moments of connection, the kind that make the universe feel less lonely. Let's imagine what a Stargate Christmas special might have looked like. Jack trying to enforce a no carols on base rule. Sam rigging a Naquadah-powered tree that almost destroys the mountain. Daniel giving gifts that are really anthropology lectures in disguise. Teal discovering Santa and immediately questioning the logic of reindeer flight. Stargate may have never taken a trip through the gate to a winter wonderland, but the heart of the holidays was always there, hidden just behind the briefing room doors. Of all the worlds we're visiting in this holiday journey, the Expanse may be the farthest from Christmas. Not in distance, but in spirit. This is a universe where humanity has splintered into factions, where trust is a luxury, and where survival often depends on keeping your guard up even among your own people. It's hard to imagine snow falling softly on the deck of the Rocinante when the crew is usually patching bullet holes or dodging torpedoes. In the future of the Expanse, Earth, Mars, and the Belt have drifted so far apart that a shared holiday feels almost impossible. Christmas is an Earth tradition, built from Earth myths and Earth history. Most Belters grew up never seeing the sky, let alone a decorated tree. Martians would likely treat the holiday like they treat everything else, with discipline, precision, and maybe a quiet nod toward home. But tradition, in this universe, isn't something people gather around. It's something they've left behind. And yet, under all the tension and grit, the Expanse holds a kind of emotional honesty that fits the holidays more than it seems. The crew of the Rocinante isn't just a team, they're a fragile, found family. They argue, break apart, heal, and come back together again because no one else in the universe understands them quite the same way. In a way, that's what the season is all about, people choosing each other, even when life gets hard. The Expanse never paused for Christmas. But in the spaces between battles and politics and hard choices, there's still light. Small, human moments glowing in the dark. And sometimes, that's all a holiday really needs. After wandering through galaxies where Christmas never quite arrives, it's almost comforting to remember that some sci-fi worlds did take the plunge, sometimes beautifully, sometimes hilariously, and sometimes with chaotic results only science fiction can deliver. The most famous example, of course, is Doctor Who. For more than a decade, Christmas was practically the show's second home. So here we are, having wandered through ships, wormholes, and distant colonies, imagining Christmas where it never quite landed. We've seen why Battlestar Galactica keeps its steel hulls cold, why Stargate races past the holidays on missions, and why The Expanse leaves Earth traditions light years behind. And yet, despite the absence of tinsel and carols, the spirit of the season quietly lives on in the bonds between crew members, in moments of hope and reflection, in laughter and warmth shared against impossible odds. Maybe that's the real deal. You don't need snow to feel the holidays. You don't need gifts to understand generosity. And you don't need Christmas episodes to recognize the power of connection, family, and resilience. So as the fleet continues its endless journey, the gate continues to spin, and the Rocinante drifts silently through the belt, take a moment to celebrate your own small universe. I wish to all of you happy holidays. May your travels be safe, your ships stay lit, and your hearts find a little peace in the midst of the galaxy.